So hello there. So thanks for tuning back to my channel. My name is Abatan Sheriffdeen, as you already know, and today is day 59 of my learning streak, learning consistently on a Datacamp platform. And for a couple of days, the live stream had to stop. So my laptop, the one you're looking at right here, developed a fault, and I don't have a spare laptop. I only have this one laptop connected to two external screens on my workstation. Yes, now so it developed a fault, so I had to just pause the live stream, get it done. Long story short, it's back and working fine now. So welcome back to the learning streak. What I've basically been doing so far for the past 58 days before my laptop developed a fault was I was learning SQL data analysis in SQL using the career track on the Datacamp platform for the goal of 100 days. But things happen, challenges comes up, and I just have to get this done and continue. So I believe it still counts. Yes, today is day 59. I just have to continue like that to get it now. So I'll be doing that consistently for the past 58 days before my laptop developed a fault, and the goal is 100 days. So we just have to continue like that for the next 100 days and continue counting each day as I move along. So far so good. I've been able to complete a couple of courses. So there's a career track on the Datacamp platform. I've shown you this a couple of times. If you've been following along. So if you are new, let me just show you how that looks like. So on the career tracks, there are actually 11 courses in the data analyst in SQL career track for the Datacamp platform. So in that career track, I've completed 8 courses. I think I'm on the 8th or the 9th course. So you can see the data analyst in career track, I'm 69% towards completion. And after this, the next career track I'm after is the data analyst in Power BI career track. Data analyst in Power BI career track. Then probably also data analyst in Python. But immediately after SQL, the next career track I'll be live streaming learning is this data analyst in Power BI in preparation for my PL 300 data analyst certification from Microsoft. So I have the coupon code already, I have everything already, just to practice and set up the exam. So let's check out this data analyst in SQL career track. Let me show you what it looks like. You can see it says resume track. So I'll be doing this for the past couple of days before my laptop developed fault. So it contains 11 courses for 39 hours. Obviously, you spend more hours than one project. So you can see I've completed at least larger percentage of the course, more than 50% of the course. So I am currently on the 8th course. So each course in the career track has 4 chapters. So yes, I'll be starting the third chapter of this exploratory data analysis in SQL. Then we'll move to the next chapter, next chapter, next chapter. Then we'll complete our project and achieve. So also there is certification. So under this data analysis SQL career track, there are certification by Datacamp. It is the Data Analyst Associate certification, the Data Analyst Professional certification. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, I'll be taking the Data Analyst Associate certification because at least I've made the requirements. So there's a certain requirement. There are some courses you must have taken in the Datacamp platform to be able to take the certification. So I'll test it out and test my knowledge on it so far. But without further ado, let's get back to learning. Glad to be back. Let me just go back to my progress. Yes, sir. Also, if you're looking to become a successful freelancer and start your freelancing business, so there's a course by my coach who has been coaching me all about freelancing, telling me what to do, what not to do for the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years of my freelancing career. So his name is Bengadibi. He has a course currently out and he's updating the course currently. So the name of the course is the Freelance Client Magnet course. And what this course does is that it teaches you how to become a successful freelancer on major platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn, remote job website, and also using your own social media accounts to optimize your profile and position yourself pretty well for potential clients out there who could hire you through your social media account. So I'll leave a link to the course under the YouTube description. To make sure to check it out. So let's get back to learning. So as usual, there are always some weak areas to review. I'll just do this one later. So let's go straight into learning. Oh, well, I believe this is where I stopped from the last time I was learning. So if I view the hold up. Oh, okay. I am maybe I'll probably go back to this video course here. So I'm currently on the chapter 3. Yeah, so this exploratory data analysis in SQL as chapter 1, chapter 2. I completed chapter 1 and chapter 2. So I'm on chapter 3, which is exploring categorical data and unstructured text. Do you get that now? So we are 57% complete. So let me just, why are this not checked? Why? What is the problem? Probably have to take it again. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so let me continue from where I stopped. So I could just continue from here. Uh, let's just continue from this video and see. So let me just launch the slide for chapter 3. Yeah. So let's start.
You've learned several ways to transform character data. But what do you do when you need to use different transformations on different observations? Here's an example of data where different delimiter characters were used to separate the major industry categories of agriculture and education from the industry subcategories. Sometimes there's a colon, other times there's a pipe character, or a dash. We can use the split part function to separate the category into its two parts, but how can we apply different delimiters to different rows? One option when you need to apply multiple transformations to subsets of the data that don't overlap is to use a case when statement. We want to extract just the initial major category from the category column, the part before a delimiter. To do that, we have a case for each different delimiter. A colon followed by a space, a dash surrounded by spaces, and a pipe surrounded by spaces. The last case here goes in the else clause. We use like statements to select the rows with each type of delimiter.
It says select case when the category like, okay, percentage, then a dash by space, then split past category. Okay. When category space dash, okay, space dash category. Okay,
Then
let's
apply
see.
the split part function with the delimiter for those rows. We alias the result of the case when statement as major category. We can then use the major category we extracted to group and aggregate the data. This allows us to get the number of businesses in each of the two major categories.
Let's see something. So I'm checking my slide. Oh, let me hold on. We'll just start from let's start from here. I just love to start from here today so I can catch up on older lessons, splitting and concatenating text. Uh, let's see. Okay, the last thing I did was I did like and I like. Okay, okay.
When working with
Tell
text
me about that.
values, you often need to break strings apart into multiple pieces, extract part of a string to a new variable, or join or concatenate strings together. There are functions to help us with these operations. First, how do we extract just part of a string? The left and right functions take as arguments a string, or the name of a column of strings, and the number of characters to keep. Left keeps characters starting at the left, while right keeps characters counting from the end. Here, the first two characters in the string A, B, C, D, E are A and B, while the last two characters are D and E. If the string contains fewer than the requested number of characters, only the available characters are returned. To extract characters from the middle of a string, use the substring function. The function from the middle of a string, use the substring returned.
Left ABC 10. Left ABC length. Okay, so you can do.
To extract characters from the middle of a string, use the substring function. The function takes a string or column to operate. Only the available characters are
If the string contains fewer than a certain number of characters, only the
returned.
available characters are returned.
To extract characters from the middle of a string, use the substring function. The function takes a string or column to operate on, and then the keyword from. Next comes the index of the character to start with, counting from 1. Then the keyword for, followed by the number of characters to include in the substring. For example, if we take the substring of A, B, C, D, E, F, starting from position 2 and going for 3 characters, we get B, C, D. B was the second character in the string, and the function extracted 3 characters. You may also see an abbreviated version of substring with a shortened function name and comma-separated arguments. It works the same way. The left, right, and substring functions can be useful in situations such as extracting a snippet from a long unstructured text field, displaying just the first or last few digits of an account number, or limiting a zip code to only the first 5 digits. The second string operation to know is how to split a string into parts based on a delimiter. A delimiter is a character, such as a comma, or a string that separates fields or chunks of text. The function split part takes a string, the delimiter to split the string on, and the number position of the part of the split string to return, counting from 1. For example, if we split the string A, BC, D with a comma as the delimiter, the string would be split into 3 parts, A, BC, and D. If we ask for the second part, we get BC. Note that the delimiter is not included in the return value. The delimiter can be a single character or a string of multiple characters. For example, chunks of text. The function split part takes a string, the delimiter to split the string on, and the number position of the part of the split string to return, counting from 1. For example, if we split the string A, BC, D with a comma as the delimiter, the string would be split into 3 parts.
The first two parts here. So string delimiter part. So is there. Okay.
A, BC, and D. If we ask for the second part, we get BC.
Okay, the second part is being asked for here. BC. Okay. Okay, now understood.
Note that the delimiter is not included in the return value. The delimiter can be a single character or a string of multiple characters. For example, if we split the string cats and dogs and fish on and surrounded by spaces,
So I'm pressing cards here. Okay.
the first group is cats.
Okay. Okay. And surrounded by spaces. So there's a space here. There's a space here. Yeah, I'm pressing for and.
Note that the string was split on the delimiter exactly as it appears, not on the set of characters included in the delimiter. It is common to split strings on a delimiter value when multiple pieces of information have been stored together in a single column. The third string operation is concatenation. The concat function takes any number of arguments. It joins the text representation of all of the values together in a single string. You can concatenate both character types and non-character types. Values can also be concatenated with a double pipe, which looks like two vertical bars. This operator is the SQL standard for string concatenation. It works the same as the concat function, except when null values are included. The concat function omits null values, while the double pipe will return null if any component is null. The concat function omits. It works the same as the concat function, except when null values are included. The concat function omits null values, while the double pipe will return null if any component is null. One example of when you might concatenate strings is to join a first name and a last name stored in separate columns to get a person's full name. All right, time to practice manipulating strings with the functions you've learned.
Okay, let's practice this. Oh, probably I've not done this part. Yes, I must have missed it. Oh, I've done it. I didn't do it. Let's have a check here. Check, check, check. So I haven't practiced this part. Except this check, check, check part. Yeah. Okay, let's see. It says concatenate strings. So house number and street are two separate columns in the investment table. So concatenate them together with concat with a space in between the values. It says concatenate house number. Where is house number here? Let's take a look quick. Okay, house number. We have house number here and streets into a single value using the concat function. So let's say house number is space and streets. You could say concat. You could say concat there. Into the house now. I want to force a space and streets as address, and I think I'll use a trim function to remove any spaces from the start of the concatenated value. Or you just have to use trim here. You have to wrap that. So wrap it in trim like that. Let's see if it's going to work. Let's run the code. Boom. So there's an error somewhere. A space. Oh, I'm not supposed to use double quotes, right? Just single quotes to force the space. Let's see. Ah, but if you're working with Excel is it double quotes or single quotes? Can't remember right now, but it's probably one of the two. So we have a street and house into a single column now. Street and house number. That's the street number here. Then Sheridan Road. Then the house number. Okay, the house number first. Then the street. Let's submit that and see. And that's correct. Great. When joining value that may be null with a separator between them, consider using the concat with separator function, which you can read more about in PostgreSQL documentation. So that's something to jot down somewhere. Let's see. So let's copy this. It probably will be useful someday. Oh, hold on. If I could get that pasted somewhere here. Oh, figured it out. So we are good to go. So split strings with it on a delimiter. So let's see that. So the street suffix is part of the street name that gives the type of street, such as avenue, road, or street. In the in the table, the data table that we have, sometimes the street suffix is the full word, while other times it is the abbreviation. Extract just the first word of each street value to find the most common street regardless of the suffix. To do this, use the split part string to split, then later part number. Alright, so use split part to select the first word in street, alias the result as street name. So the first word in street, let's check out the street column. Okay, this is street. So the first word in the street can be street, avenue, it can be the Sheridan Road or Washington Street or Carlin Avenue. So we want to really extract the first word in street to see the what? To see the most common street. Okay, so say split parts. Let's see the split part function there in action. This is split parts, split underscore parts. So the string is the street name. What our delimiter? Our delimiter is a space, and we want to return the first street name. You can say count star, you can say go by street name, go by the street name there. This is our alias here. Order by count descending, the count star descending, only by count star. We say count star there or count, it should still work. Let's give it a shot. So we're having some null street names there. Let me see if we can catch a glimpse of that. So we have some null street names. You can see some query come from a string without what? Without what. So you have more null values there. So there are more null records in there. You get it now. I think that's correct there. Let's give it a shot. Submit that. And that's good. That's quite straightforward. Oh, okay, let's see. Let me check something real quick. Oh, this check now. We'll check. I've not completed this lesson before. But I think I have a few things challenge here. Some are not checked, but the lesson was not very complete. Probably I didn't solve the code, the challenges myself then. That's the best guess. So let's give this one a shot also. Shorten long strings. So the description column in this table can be very long. That's true. Let's take a quick look. Look at the description column. Some of the text there are pretty long. This contact, Debbie, last, blah, blah, blah stuff. You can see they are pretty long. You can get the length of a string with the length function. That's correct. So for displaying or quickly reviewing the data, you may want to only display the first few characters. You can use the left function to get specified number of characters at the start of each value. That's correct. So to indicate that more data is available, concatenate to the end of any shortened description. To do this, you can use case when statement to add only when the string length is greater than 50. Select the first 50 characters of the description when the description starts with the word I. Okay, the first 50 characters of the description when it starts with the word I, like this example here. I own or pencil, blah 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 stuff. You have another I here. So okay, I live at. So when the description starts with I, I'm going to select the first 50 characters in that description. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so when the length of description is greater than 50, let's see. Select the first 50 characters for description with concatenate with this, I think with small length concatenated on the end where the length of the description is greater than 50 characters. Otherwise, just select the description as it is. So select only the description that begins with the word I and not with the letter I. With the word I, not with the letter I. For example, you would want to select I like using SQL, but would not want to select in this course we use SQL. Okay, understood. But now I just select the description, else description, and limit the description to start with the word I. Where description, you can say where description, like 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 I with I. Okay, let's see. So here, let's say so the first 50 cars when length is greater than 50. Okay, so when length of description is greater than 50, then hmm, then you have to say another stuff here. So we're concatenating it here. Okay, just use left here. Left description. The number of lengths is 50. Concatenate with. What don't concatenate it with? Can use the first function to get the number of characters to indicate that more data is available. Concatenate to the end of okay. Concatenate with okay. And concatenate with just three dots there. 1, 2, 3. That one will do. Okay. Now if we run the code, let's see. Aha, can see. So what it just added what to show that what there are more characters to the what to the right. So just use that as a concatenate function. So okay, so when the length of description colon is greater than 50, then return the left 50 return 50 characters from the left that start with what I. Hmm, that's quite interesting. You have to just run that from this table where description like I more characters to the left, followed by description. I will submit that. Oh, so I'm missing something in my way. Check your where statement. Are you selecting for the word I and not just words that begin with the letter I? How would you distinguish between the two queries? That's true. I only want to select words that start with I, which is the word, not characters that start with I. Oh, how can I do that? Hmm. Let me go with the dollar sign, the percentage sign first. I won't get any return there, any query returned. So why do I solve this? Hold up. I want you to select the keyword I. If I use this character, it's really show that what I want to return I and two other characters, which is still wrong. Hmm. So let me show you now. If I say I now, so I want to return all this one start with the word I and space. Can I force a space there? So I'll have another I anywhere, for example, let's see if I can see one real quick. Let's see I. Would this be one word? I is a word there. If I say in, let's say in the uh, that's an example. But you got the trick. I don't want to show only I. If I say I and any number of characters, including space, uh, if you force a space there, hmm, hmm, where description like, trying to solve that is pretty tricky. Let's see. Let me think. I don't want to take a hint yet. I want to think myself first. I want to disturb my brain before using the help. Hmm. Starting with I, start with the word I. Using like, I don't see any other function there. The like operator is enough. Like, I have to go back to my older lessons. Mm. I'm saying like, I'm taking a look at my older lessons now. Mm. That's usually I there. Most monitor I, then a space one character. That won't return anything. So I'm really forcing it to return I and one character immediately after I. That will return blank records. Hmm. Oh, think. With one word I. Hmm. I know that's the int. I just created the index. So that's not int. So you need to search. So to limit the decision to start with the word I, you will need to a add a character to your pattern that distinguishes the word I from any word that begins with the letter I. So let's say like and not like. I said I don't want to use not like there. That's tricky. So now this is returning everything that starts with I to the left, but why? Because on database there's no, let's see, so there's no something like there should be, but it's not returning the first rows yet. That's why this entry won't be correct. It's not accept it. I have not distinguished between that. I've not gotten that pattern that I needed to get. Okay, let's see. What if I use immediately I one character, then number of characters to the left? Let's see that. I think this is what I need to do. Let's submit that. That's not correct. I'm saying okay, immediately after the I, one character, then number of characters to the left. I'm combining two patterns, which is mm, mm, I don't want to show the answer. Sometimes that's how tricky SQL can be. This is giving me everything that starts with every word that starts with I, then any number of characters immediately after I. So it can be IN, IE, not the word I. But I need to think of what that will give me the word I. Let me check the table again. Hmm. I own one of 10 two plus on this street. Hmm. Sometimes that's how crazy it is. You have to calm down and try to solve SQL challenges. Oh, we have 45, almost 45 minutes to the live stream. So let me try to solve this, not to waste more time. Uh, come on, come on. Think, 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 think. Should we use another function there? I don't think we have to use another function there. But let me do something first. Let me just prepare the code for me. Where description, like, let me just copy this back. So this is where the challenge is. Where description, like, okay, hold up. For me now, I can see where the left of description. Can I call on the left function there? Hmm. Can I use another function? I'm thinking of using another function to extract the exact word I. Hold up. I think that is the solution. Which function can be used to force? I'm thinking of a function. This I think the answer is in a function that actually force you to return. Let me check my side. Hmm. So I'm trying to come on. There's a solution that will work there. So trying to figure it out. Let's see. Trying to solve this part of the challenge where description. We're trying to filter for where description of this only starts from this. So I'm looking for a solution without looking at the answer. Mm, let's see. Hmm. Okay, you can use the split path there. You can use the split path function there. A split path function where description, let's see, where description like I can call it a split path function. Split paths, let's see, split split path function there. Let's see, let's give it a shot. Let me wrap it in quotes. Split paths. Then I'll say description. My delimiter is going to be space, space. I'll ask you to return the first character there. So let's see. Hope it works. Ah, Hold up. Like split bar description space. The first I think the first word there is I. Oh, that's wrong. That's way too wrong. That's way too wrong. So you want to force it to the description I. But the number of parts going to split it will be too much. These are the space. There are spaces, comma, and so on. The limiter is much there. That's why. Oh, the solution I have here is like I. If I run that, I'm getting this result, but that is not correct because everything is starting with I doesn't mean it is correct. I want the one that will start with the word I. Dun, 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 dun. I only filter to the word I. I guess I spent a couple of minutes I have to show the answer then. I'm just going to see and compare with my own answer. Oh, then look at I wasn't forcing. Oh, this is not fair. If I'm forcing a space, I space, then lower character after the space. I think the normally this character is okay. It's meant for one character. Hmm, that's quite funny. Like that's literally the easiest task that I've filled in SQL so far. It's forcing a space, then no character after the space. As I even thought of it, because immediately after this I, there's a space, then no characters after the space. Oh, okay, that's painful. I'm heartbroken. I am heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. I'm not happy at all. I shouldn't be feeling that. But that's a lesson well learned. That is obvious, but just like we couldn't see it. Man, let's finish this chapter today. I just lost 100 points for that. Oh, so let's finish this part.
You've learned several ways to transform character data. But what do you do when you need to use different transformations on different observations? Here's an example of data where different delimiter characters were used to separate the major industry categories of agriculture and education from the industry subcategories. Sometimes there's a colon, other times there's a pipe character, or a dash. We can use the split part function to separate the category into its two parts, but how can we apply different delimiters to different rows? One option when you need to apply multiple transformations to subsets of the data that don't overlap is to use a case when statement. We want to extract just the initial major category from the category column, the part before a delimiter. To do that, we have a case for each different delimiter. A colon followed by a space, a dash surrounded by spaces, and a pipe surrounded by spaces. The last case here goes in the else clause. We use like statements to select the rows with each type of delimiter, then apply the split part function with the delimiter for those rows. We alias the result of the case when statement as major category. We can then use the major category we extracted to group and aggregate the data. This allows us to get the number of businesses in each of the two major categories. Another strategy for situations when you need to apply to group and aggregate the data. This allows us to get the number of businesses in each of the two major categories. Another strategy for situations when you need to apply multiple transformations is to create a temporary table that maps messy values, like those in this fruit table, to recoded, clean, standardized values. Is to create two major categories. Another strategy for situations when you need to apply multiple transformations is to create a temporary table that maps messy values, like those in this fruit table. This allows us to get the number. We can then use the major category we extracted to group and aggregate the data. This allows us to get the number of businesses in each of the two major categories. Another strategy for situations when you need to apply multiple transformations is to create a temporary table that maps messy values, like those in this fruit table, to recoded, clean, standardized values, like those on the right. You can then use the new recoded values in the standardized column by joining the fruit table to the temporary table. The values in the original column match those in the fave fruit column. The first step is to create a temporary table with two columns: original, containing the distinct values of fave fruit, and standardized, which will eventually contain the recoded values. We initially populate the standardized column with the original values. Here's what our recode table looks like initially. The next step is to update the recode table using functions to clean up the values in the standardized column. The format of an update statement is update, then the name of the table, then a set statement. You set a column to have new values. Update statements can also include a where clause to choose what rows to update. Without a where clause, all of the rows will be updated. Here, we need three update statements. In the first, we set the standardized value to be the lowercase version of the original value, with spaces trimmed from both ends. In the second, we set the standardized value to banana only for rows that contained a double N.
Date record. Let's take a look at that again. Sorry about that. I just want to understand that concept.
To group and aggregate the data. This allows us to get the number of businesses in each of the two major categories. Another strategy for situations when you need to apply multiple transformations is to create a temporary table that maps messy values, like those in this fruit table, to recoded, clean, standardized values, like those on the right.
So this is the messy value. You can see too much of space, not standardized. Then this is the coded value. Original, standardized, also lowercase. Okay.
You can then use the new recoded values in the standardized column by joining the fruit table to the temporary table. The values in the original column match those in the fave fruit column. The first step is to create a temporary table with two columns: original, containing the distinct values of fave fruit, and standardized, which will eventually contain the recoded values. We initially populate the standardized column with the original
Select this thing, favorite fruit as original, favorite fruit as standard from fruit. Okay.
values. Here's what our recode table looks like initially. The next step is to update the recode table.
Okay. But it's not so standardized there now.
The
Let's
next
see.
step is to update the recode table using functions to clean up the values in the standardized column. The format of an update statement is update, then the name of the table, then a set statement. you set a column to have new values. Update statements can also include a where clause to choose what rows to update. Without a where clause, all of the rows will be updated. Here, we need 3 update statements. In the first, we set the standardized value to be the lowercase version of the original value, with spaces trimmed from both ends.
Okay.
In the second, we set the standardized value to banana only
Update record set standardized value equal. Why the word equal also? Equal string lower original.
for
Okay.
rows that contained a double N. The third statement updates the standardized value by
Project update record set standardized equals to banana. Where standardized like n. Okay, now I need to practice my n like syntax pretty well now.
removing S's from the end with the trim function. Now the recode table contains clean standardized values. The final step is to use the recode table by joining it to the original data. On the left, without the recoded data, we have many different values of apple and banana, even when we group by fave fruit. On the right, we join the messy fruit table to the recode table by matching the original values.
Okay, select standardized count star from food left join recode on favorite equals to original. Go by standardized.
We select and group by the new standardized values to get a much more useful summary of the data. To recap, we first created a temporary table to store our standardized values, then updated that table to fix errors and clean up the data. Finally, we joined the original data to the temporary table to use the clean standardized values in the query instead of the original values. Temporary tables and case when statements can also be useful in other situations. Time to practice using them to clean up the Evanston 311 data.
Yeah, let's practice this last part. Oh, okay. It says there, create an order category. An order category. So if we want to summarize this table, request by zip code. Let's see. The table request, the ID request by zip code. So this is the zip code here. It will be useful to group all the low frequency zip codes together in an order category. Which of the following values, when submitted for in the query, would give the result below? Okay, query, select case when zip count is less than, what's meant by less than the hash mark, question mark, then order, end as zip. Okay, which query, which of the following values, when submitted for this question mark in the query, would give the result below? Let's see. Let's run the code. I will specify an answer there. So results, zip code, zip record, zip sum. Just select case when zip count is less than certain figure, then order, else zip, end as zip record, sum zip count as zip sum, from select zip count as zip count, from go by zip as full count, go by zip record, order by zip sum descending. Mhm. So, okay. The instruction is not that particular here though. So even if I run the code myself. So select case when zip count is less than what? Less than what exactly? Is it less than 225? Let's see. Everything count is less than. This is smallest value here. Let's say less than 225. Or exactly less than the. This is lower 225. No. So it now says if you want to summarize this table request by zip code, it will be useful to group all the low frequency zip codes in an order category. Which of the following values, when submitted for the query, would give the result below? Which of the following value, when submitted, will give the result below? This is the highest result now. This is the code with the highest result. That's not correct. Yes, if you have less than 100, exactly less than 100, or less than that, say, exactly, exactly. So less than 100. So that is the lowest of the zip code there. Well, that's tricky. Say, correct all zip codes with fewer observations than 6028. Because this is the highest. Fewer observation than this 6028 would have less than 100 rows in the table. Exactly. So that's the idea behind it. They didn't specify any rows, so let's use that now. Oh, this is pretty long. Probably I'll spend a few more minutes here. I've exhausted the 1 hour mark. So this group and record values, create a table with indicator variables. Let's finish this last two sections here. It says there are almost 150 distinct values in this table in the category section. Almost 150 values in the category section here. But some of these categories are similar with the form main category. Let's see main category details. We can get a better sense of what requests are common if we aggregate by main category. To do this, create a temporary table called record. Okay. Drop table if exists record. Okay, let me record. Fill in the command below with the name of the temporary table. Create a record with a standardized column. Use split path and then read out print to remove any remaining white spaces on the result of the split path. So the name of the table is record. Let's follow the instruction one at a time. Record. Then create and name as a temporary table. Create table. Let's say create temp table. Create temp table. Create temp table. We call it record. So right, okay, let's continue for me. Hold up. So to do this, create a temporary table record mapping distinct category values to the new standardized values. Okay, so with distinct category and standardized. So select distinct category. Make standardized value the part of the category before the dash. Extract this value with the split part function. Okay, let's go. Let's take a break. Okay, this is where we want to use now split part function. Okay, so select distinct category. Split part will be here. Look at the split part function. You can see split parts here, right here. split underscore path. So reducing values of category and standardized values. So split path category says what? The delimiter is the what? Let me take a peep at that main category. Says the main category are similar with the form main. We can get a better sense of what requests are common if we evaluate by the main category. To do this, create a temporary table. We code mapping the different category values to the new standardized value. Make the standardized value the part of the category before the dash. Okay, our delimiter is what? Make the standardized value the part of the category before the dash. Hmm. Okay, our delimiter is dash. Then which part do you want to return? Is the first part? Definitely the first part. You could say 3. Yeah. Use what? Use outrim. Use outrim there. Okay. Definitely from the real code. Real code. Let's see. If you haven't made any mistake, then you have made a mistake then. This should be from the Evans table. Our table that we created is this table here. This should be from this table here. That is table 1 of coding. We are creating this exactly. So we are creating we are creating all this from this table. So create temp table equal as from this statement here. So split category dash error no removal. It's only showing 6 rows out of 6. Let me get that part out. Let's submit first and see if that is correct. And that is correct, but let me go back a little bit and see something. I want to check something. So select distinct category. I'm selecting distinct category from here. I'm selecting distinct record from this category table here, in the category column here. Now, from the category column, return the first immediately after the dash. So return the first word, the first character immediately after the dash, the first word or the first character immediately after the dash. That's why we're having this result. There's no removal, no removal. Those are the main distinct record that is there immediately after the dash. Immediately after the dash. Is there what is there? I'm seeing well after this dash actually, because there's a slash here. We don't want a slash. We after the dash. So you can see slash here, then dash. Now we have only slash here. So there's no even one single slash here. So we have book is a trash cart. trash recycling, trash cards. Okay, there's no dash here. It's not part of the existing. Okay, select this thing standardized public code. Where standardized like trash cards. Okay, we are saying trash cards and snow, any number of characters, removal, any number of characters. Oh, from our filtering criteria here, this one here, that's why we are returning snow, space, removal, then space, snow, space, removal, removal, then number of characters after removal. Okay, correct. From this result here, this is just our temporary table. Understood. So let's continue and see something that we are missing. Now, okay, update standardized values like trash card to trash cards. Update standardized values from snow removal concerns and snow removal to snow removal. Okay. So code from previous step. Drop table if exists. Create temp table with code. Select distinct category. Trim. Blah 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 stuff. Then update to group the trash card values. Update with code. Space standardized equal to trash card. Here, we need to specify where we want to update it. That will get more trickier. Where what? Where the standardized column or we could, what do they call that table from here? This thing are standardized. Okay. This is our new column are standardized. Okay. Correct. Let's see where the standardized like the like function will come here. Okay, I'm going to press on my like one more time again. Like the trash card. I could just copy this one here. Start stressing myself. Like update to group snow removal values. Update we code set standardize process snow removal where standardize like to just snow removal. Let's conduct and see. Mm, oh, let me see something. Okay, from this we code set standardize equals to okay. Set standardize to snow removal where standardize like oh I have to copy this trash card. This one's also update it too. Silly mistake there. Then the last one. And the first one. Right, okay, examine the effect. Okay, let me go back up here. Where standardize like Standardize like this. You have to copy this and update it to this. This is quite tricky on the code. So we could check. So I will updated it from what? From this to snow removal. Then submit that. Let's see. What snow comma what is there now? This is now snow ice. Oh, snow removal concern. Snow removal concern and snow removal hazard to snow removal. This is like computed what to snow removal, but like let's copy this and see. Snow removal. We are using this snow comma okay. Snow removal concern. Snow snow number of characters, then hazard removal. Snow number of characters from the slash. So okay, let me make it short. Now let me go back. Hold up. So I'm messing up the updates clause there. But probably from our former class, from the previous code, our code was showing what? So I want this code there now. No. Come on. I've done that now. Why did I reset the code now? What was wrong with me? I was supposed to run that. I was resetting the code again. Run code. So we have a trash cards, any number of characters after trash cards, trash, no matter, after trash, then cards. Using your space. So we now updated this from this one here, snow removal, and snow ice hazard, whatever remover, then so that's what we did here. So we updated all that from this one here, snow removal, snow, anything snow to snow removal, then anything trash, anything snow removal, anything trash, then space card to trash card, correct. So if I run this code here, we should have those two snow removal and trash cards based on all this code here, correct. Okay, let's finish this section. I'm almost spending 1 hour 30 minutes now on the live stream. So it now says there, update record. You see here, update the record by setting standardized values of this request is inactive. Trash card. Do not use water bill. Do not use trash and no longer in use to unused. Okay, let's listen. Update record by setting standardized values of this request is inactive. Code from previous step, drop table, temp, update record, update record. We are coming here. So update to group unused and inactive values. It says update record by setting standardized values of this request is inactive. Trash cards, whatever. Do not use water bill. Update to group unused or inactive values. So update record. I still updating record. Update record. Set. We're definitely setting standardized. Set standardized equals to unused, where can say where standardized in this way you get tricky. In which word break overturn standardized values of this request is inactive to unused. Of this request, once you said this query here, let's see. This request, because this one wants to say this request is inactive. Crash cards, whatever. I think we have another one here. There's one example here. There's one water bill software says setting finalized values of this request is inactive. Crash cards, do not use water bill, do not use trash, and no longer in use, so inactive. Okay, you can see. I can see that this request is inactive. I want to update this record here to unused. Just the word unused. That's all we want to do. Okay, I think how we can do that is in, you could say in valid. So this request is inactive. Trash cards. I think the first one here. Let me copy it for you. This request is inactive. You could copy that. Let's see. Let's copy this. In that is the first one. In I could paste that in. Then I could use this to show number of characters there. Another one is this request is active. Trash cards. Do not use water bill. Do not use trash. And no class 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the next one is do not use water bill. This is how it is written here. Let's copy it like that. Next one is in do not use water bill. I hope that is how it is copied. Do not use water bill. If we use the percentage sign to mean number of words, and also here this one says what? Do not use trash. Let's copy that also. Do not use trash. Let's use the percentage sign to see that also. And the last one is no longer in use. That is quite long though. No longer in use. If we use the asterisk sign also to mean the word is long. Now let's give it a shot and run the code. Aha. Woo. It's not returning. It's supposed to return unused. Select distinct analyze values from record to unused. Distinct analyze values from record, followed by standardized. Do not use water bill. See here. Do not use water bill. Why is this still beginning? Let's submit the code and see if that is correct. Oh, incorrect submission. There's something wrong, sorry. So I'm returning 118 rows. I'm supposed to return 115 rows. Those 3 rows causing trouble. It is from here. Except I want to say I'm not returning, I'm not using percentage sign here. That means I'm forcing it to replace all that. Let's run the code and see. 416. Wow. So I replaced all this with unused. But if I check it, this request is inactive. Crash card. Probably I didn't copy this one to the end here. Let me copy this one right here. So let me specify that should return my challenge should be from here. Let's see. Control V. Okay, now I have to wrap this. This request is inactive. Oops, there's something wrong there. It's not supposed to be here. This is supposed to be in comma. There's a comma here now. On your comma, then comma there. Now let's give it a shot again. We're expecting 115 now. I'm still having 116. Why? So I'm missing one. I'm supposed to be returning 115. I'm returning 116. Wow, this is not fair. Just one silly mistake. And I need to solve this. I can't just leave this. So unused, let's analyze in this request is inactive. Trash card. This request is inactive. Trash card. Let's see. Let me use my percentage sign there one more time. Since the words are longer than that, I guess. Let's run it again. 118 again. Why? Something is wrong somewhere. I'm supposed to return 115 rows. I'm returning 116. Come on. Come on. I'm almost there. I guess I have to pause and solve this outside the live stream because this is taking way more time. Just this, there's something missing somewhere. Standardize, set standardize plus one use. So it can be. Guess I will leave it for now. So I'm supposed to return 115 rows from below here, from below down here. I'm supposed to return 115 rows. My query, this is my final query. Checking the page, return 116 rows. I'm just missing one little details. Update record. Setting standardized values of this request. You can see here, this request is inactive. If I go back here and check, this request is inactive. Yeah, this one has more record here, more word here. But we have returned everything after the dash here for it, so I can't put the percentage sign there. It wouldn't make sense. 116, see, it's only 116 rows because we have filtered it from our split function here to return every word after the dash. That's why I can't decide to put this percentage sign here again. It is not going to work. Do not use water bill. Let me see this option here. Not use trash. Was not the challenge there. I guess I have to end the live stream here. It's over 1 hour 30 minutes now. So I'll just do this off camera or on tomorrow's live stream. Then go back to the learning dashboard. And the goal was to complete chapter 3 today, but I'm almost through with chapter 3. I'll just have to complete it later. So I have 1 more hour to go to complete this data analysis, exploratory data analysis in SQL. Alright, I think I've given it the best shot today. Alright, so thanks for staying to the end of the live stream. So if you found value in this video, and apologies about how longer the live streams are, that's how highly dedicated and highly technical learning SQL could be, or learning any Power BI or any data analytics tool. Just have to keep trying. So do not forget to subscribe to the channel, to support and subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. Put on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I drop new content. Also, expect new content on Excel pretty soon. I have some plans going on in the background. Do not forget to check out Bengadis B freelance client magnet course on using the link in the description. And I'll see you tomorrow or in the next video on the channel. Bye for now.